Hey guys, it's Jeff and Laura, or Gold Rush and Lou if you'd rather, back with another adventure. So the first week of March, the weather was going to be beautiful. We thought we'd go out and backpack the North-South Trail at Land Between the Lakes. The North-South Trail runs approximately 55 miles through the Land Between the Lakes area. In December 2021, almost 7,000 acres were destroyed by a tornado that included damage to both the north and south ends of the trail, causing it to be rerouted, and in some cases rerouted on the main road for up to a 7-mile hike. Our plan was to do the southern section starting at Golden Pond, but then when we checked the website, this happened. There was actually a prescribed burn for that entire area scheduled for that weekend. It was time to make new plans. We decided to car camp at Hillman Ferry Campground and day hike some of the local trails. Driving down the road to Hillman Ferry Campground, you can get a good look at the devastation the tornado caused. There's still a lot of cleanup to be done, and the trail is closed in lots of areas. If you notice the white blaze, that's where the North-South Trail originally crossed the road that goes to Hillman Ferry Campground. Hillman Ferry Campground is a modern campground with full service, including a camp store and modern bathrooms. You can make reservations online for both RV sites and tent sites. I'll try to leave the link in the description. After checking in at the gatehouse, we were off to find our campsite. We had originally made reservations, but the park ranger advised us that he had a site available that was unable to be reserved, but was the best tent site in the campground. I have to agree, after we got there, the site was beautiful. This site, by the way, is B19, and you can't reserve it, but you can always check when you get to the gate to see if it's open. This site had a beautiful view of Pisgah Bay, included a picnic table, a fire ring. The water spigot was just a few steps off of the site itself, and an ice pad to put our tent. We set up camp, made some supper, and watched the sun go down. The next morning gave us a misty sunrise as we made some breakfast and mapped out our plan to hike the Hillman Heritage Trail. The Hillman Heritage Trail is a 5.5 mile approximate trail made up of 4 loops. You've got the Bohannon Loop, the Brown Spring Loop, the James Nickel Loop, and the Vogel Loop. The trail is accessed through several connector trails spread out throughout the campground, or a connector trail that is located off the main road into Hillman Ferry just to the right before you get to the gatehouse. There's parking there if you don't want to go into the campground. It is a foot traffic and bike traffic only trail. Overall, the trail was in good shape, though there was blowdown in several locations. Even though the trail is pretty easy to follow, we did use all trails on this route. It came in handy because there are a few places where trees had blown over that had trailblazers on it, and in one place where the blowdown was so bad we had to bushwhack around it. We took the short side trail to get to the beach. The water was low at this time of year, so it made for a nice journey and gave us some beautiful views of the lake. There's also an old dock there that appears it probably was blown away in a storm and floated into the beach. This is my practice for Mount Katahdin. We decided we'd follow the shoreline around to where it hooks back up with the Hillman Heritage Trail. There were quite a few boulders at the end of the shoreline, so we decided to do a little boulder scrambling to see if we could get around. This particular formation was super cool. It actually formed a little balcony out to the water. And if you look closely to the left, you'll see a rock that looks like it almost has two eye holes cut out of it. This was really cool to see, but this was as far as we were able to get on the boulders. We left the boulders and climbed up this small ledge that actually was rather steep to get directly right back onto the trail. The Hillman Heritage Trail follows some of the routes used by the Star Lime Works. Star Lime Works was a company started by a man from Brussels, Belgium by the name of Louis Vogel. Vogel had lived in several places before he settled in Lyon County, Kentucky. The lime mined from this area was used in the iron ore industry, and thanks to the close proximity to the Tennessee River, it was able to be shipped all over the nation's midsection. In the late 1930s, the Tennessee Valley Authority chose Gilbertsville as the location for Kentucky Dam. They needed the lime to build the dam, so they began to acquire the properties around Gilbertsville and the surrounding area, and eventually, when the dam was closed and the land flooded, Star Lime Works was no more. One of the cool things you'll encounter on this trail is an old tunnel used by the limestone mine. Built by TVA, this was a way to cart up lime that had been mined to be used in the construction of the dam. There are also remnants of Vogel's home that are located on this trail as well. You can see what looks like to be an old well and the remnants of the house. Even though our original plans didn't work out, this was a great trip. I definitely recommend Hillman Ferry Campground, as well as Piney Campground in the south if you come in from that end. The Hillman Heritage Trail is a great day hike, an easy hike, and has lots to see. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you following along with us. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and maybe even the like button as well. Leave us a comment. Let us know about great trails you know of or things you might like to see us do.